Good evening, ladies and germs. Welcome to Whose Online Is It Anyway, where the sovereignty is made up and the border patrols don't matter. I'm Toxic Male, and his butt's been wiped, Terrence Popp.
What's up, you desperate diakas out there?
Desperate diakas.
Well, you can't say the actual word because of,
Yeah, it sounds almost African or perhaps Caribbean when you say it that way.
Yeah, diakas.
Diaka. Hello, I'd like to introduce you to my friend Diaka. Every time he unzips his pants, you hear jungle drums. Well, welcome to the show.
Right.
Episode number 78 of Grunt Speak Live.
78 already, man. It's
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah, sooner or later, we're going to get to 100. And especially with a little bit of news that we're going to have, just so you guys know, Thursday nights will be coming back. But with a caveat, instead of the typical thing that we're doing now, it is going to be more of like an ask me almost anything approach where we're going to have guests, things like that. So, and some of them will be for supporters only. So sorry.
And we can actually do call-in shows then, too.
Yeah.
I like the call-in shows.
It's going to be a good time. I mean, we have a legendary story thanks to our first call-in show.
Yeah?
You want a Starburst, by the way? I have some in my pocket.
No.
You sure? All right, just
Stop it. That's just nasty.
All right, before we get into anything, though, I want to put this out there. This was brought to my attention by my brother, James Jimmy Crankshaft Kurth. Crankshaft passed away Saturday night at the age of 67. Navy veteran and full-time supporter of the South Texas chapter of the Patriot Guard Riders in Corpus Christi. He dedicated several years supporting the PGR in homage to his deceased son, Ryan, who was an Army veteran. During the past year, he worked for several months rebuilding a classic car. And here he is working on it right there, and I'll show you. There it is, looking real nice. For the Patriot Guard to use in missions and shows. He leaves behind a wife and a brood of kids, stepkids, and grandkids.
Well, Godspeed to him.
Godspeed to him, and drink.
Yeah, hopefully he went quick.
Godspeed to you, sir. And
Yeah. Well,
how you doing, Pop?
I'm doing all right, man. Just the usual bullshit.
Yeah, I don't even know if we can say that on the main channel anymore. Can we say bullshit? Can we say fuck? Are we allowed to say that? We say quantaha? Being back on this channel gives me the heebie-jeebies, man. We still have a strike on this channel, if you can believe that. It drops off at the end of this week, and even though it was appealed, they have ignored the appeal for almost 3 full months.
Yes, that's absolutely correct.
It's not that they don't like us or anything. I mean, they're just so busy.
Well, they have been shadow banning the shit out of us, so.
A little bit. Maybe they're too busy fact-checking.
Well, the thing is every time I look at the channel, we're anywhere from 10 to 150 minus for subs. But the number almost never changes by much.
That's amazing, isn't it? Allegedly, we keep losing subscribers, and yet our number always stays the same.
Well, it's not the same. It fluctuates, but it's close to the same.
It's usually between like a couple hundred.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, YouTube is doing their craziness, and a couple of years from now, they're really going to be hating life because they have single-handedly basically supercharged the competition.
Yeah, 5-6 years ago, there was no competition.
There was Daily Motion.
Yeah, which is primarily French, if I remember correctly.
It's in France, yeah, and they totally fucking deleted our shit when we started putting there for nothing.
Yeah, apparently you are not allowed to put links to Amazon stuff in the descriptions on Daily Motion. That's spam.
Mm-hmm. And they don't even give you a warning. They just pull down your whole channel.
You're like, bye-bye.
So fuck them.
Yeah.
I don't really think they're doing that good anyway. I mean,
bunch of surrender monkeys.
Yeah. France is a bunch of surrender monkeys.
Well, they just took a page out of YouTube's book and started putting ads on stuff without paying people. So,
yep.
Styx Hexenhammer, he was I think the third largest U.S.-based creator on the site just abandoned it outright when they did that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
He just said fucking them out?
Like, bye-bye.
Wow.
Oh, bastards.
So, like, he just said, I'm out, fuck it.
Yeah, he just
I don't
stopped
blame
uploading.
him.
I don't blame him either. We're going to be doing something similar very soon. We're just working out the logistics.
Yeah.
I don't want to say too much.
Unfortunately, we got to do what we got to do. We're going to keep it close to our chests until it's ready to execute, or not ready to execute, but ready to notify you, and then there'll be an execution, drop dead execute date.
Yes. And I'm going to be putting these in the chat for you YouTubers right now, because last week there was an embarrassing, I repeat, an embarrassing number of people who thought that we just stopped putting out videos for the last 3 months.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, wow.
Like, I don't understand. We put all of the stuff in the links.
Yep.
We have several backups.
Yeah. The description is there for a reason, dudes. There are links to, we are on so many platforms, it's ridiculous.
Like, you go to any search engine, you type in Terrence Popp.
Yep.
And you're going to get like 30 pages of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And the first 2 pages are usually all the new stuff that we put out.
Yeah.
It's just not on YouTube.
Yep. I just put 2 links in the chat to our backup channels on YouTube. So if you're one of those dudes who wonders where the hell we've been for the last few months and you don't look in the description and you don't go to the website, subscribe to both of those channels and see what you've been missing.
Yep. I have no idea. Well, I don't know. There's a lot of lazy people out there.
Well, I understand to a point YouTube has ease of use. It basically comes installed on every phone you buy. It's easy to mirror the stuff to your television. By the way, Apple users, if you have an Apple phone, you can stream to virtually any television that's not a Samsung television. Spoiler alert, like my Vizio has AirPlay built into it. So I can stream not only from my phone, but from any of my Apple computers in the house, as well as this PC.
Yeah, that's cool. Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so if ease of use is your problem, and you happen to be an Apple user, or you're just tech savvy enough to figure out how it works on Android, you can make it work. You can stream from virtually any platform that we are on to a television. I've done it with MGTOW.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
It's good stuff.
I like it.
I like it a lot. But what we don't like is when people try to pass themselves off as fact checkers. And it's a bunch of bullshit.
Listen, all I can say about the whole fact checking thing is it's all propaganda now, and they're lying to you.
Oh, yeah.
Straight up. And like this whole, the fact checker said, listen, they're all on the same side.
They're all on the same payroll.
And they all want to manipulate you to take you down the road they want you to go down, not one that you pick for yourself.
Yep.
That's what propaganda is. They are moving the masses of the sheeple out there over the cliff.
Yep. This week, the Wall Street Journal unveiled the Facebook Files, an investigative series based on leaked internal Facebook materials that offer an unvarnished look at how the social media giant sees its platform and its impact on society. A central theme of the reporting is the degree to which Facebook's own research is at odds with its public statements, and that internally it has recognized the harms the platform causes for society even while publicly touting its benefits. So it's almost like they really don't give a shit.
They don't. Look, power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yep.
They have been giving a free hand to basically censor whoever they want, even the acting president at the time of the United States. That needs, in my professional opinion, Facebook needs to be taken down, deactivated, because they have violated public trust, and they need to go away.
You want to hear the 2 smoking guns in this article. And as always, after this stream, there will be links to every single one of these sources on redonkulous.com, and it will be in a pinned comment below this stream.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, until our strikes come off on this channel, you will have to watch the streams after they air on the backup channel, youtube.com/Terrence Popp Culture.
Yep.
Just so you know. Smoking gun number 1. The Journal's reporting raises myriad concerns over the state of social platforms generally today, from Instagram's toxic influence on teenage girls. No. That totally doesn't happen. To the impact of algorithmic changes on political discourse, to how Facebook secretly shields influential users from its content moderation rules.
We all knew that was happening.
Oh, yeah. Given the growing influence of fact-checkers as the ultimate arbiters of truth in the digital world, the Journal also reported that their verdicts may not be as independent as publicly portrayed. Facebook has asked fact-checking partners to retroactively change their findings on posts from high-profile accounts. Shocker. You want to smell it?
No, I'm good. Shocker.
And I guarantee you, if this is happening at Facebook, it's happening on YouTube. It's happening on all
Everywhere.
of the social media giants.
Twitter, Instagram, all of them.
Pathetic.
Yeah, well, don't let me run the show.
Yeah. A show of hands out there. Anyone surprised? I didn't think so.
Yeah.
All right. Should we cover a few super chats that came in, Pop? What do you say?
Yeah, let's trickle in some super chats so we don't get stuck with all of them at the end.
Yeah. I've been waiting to do them, and then we're like doubling back 2 hours in the stream. I'm like, what the fuck were we talking about? Oh, yeah. Polska Bob with a $25 donation. Gentlemen, beer monies. Pop Blake finished a bottle of vodka over the birthday weekend. That's how you celebrate.
Yeah, baby.
I was drunker than Hamster on a live stream, and that's saying something. We couldn't even get the dude to crack a beer when we were doing a stream with him. Hamster, are you holding out on us?
I think he is.
Damn it. We're going to have him back and make sure that he drinks and has a menagerie with him. What do we got here? We had a couple of chats disappear from the feed, but I saved them. So go with a $2.23 donation. Thank you, sir. And Trickers McNickers with a $10 donation. I inquired on your last week's stream about possibly helping out with video editing. I sent an email with my resume as you requested, and I'm wondering if you have properly received it. Yes, I have. You'll be hearing from me tomorrow.
Amen to that.
Yeah, women.
Stop it.
I just like the look on your face when I do that. Crazy Uncle with a $5 donation. You guys call it the poke and smoke, and I've heard things from Jim Jones juice. I just call it the shaft. I'm not taking the shaft.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I leave that up to your ex-wife. Allegedly. Talbot Links. YouTube was trying to hide the stream again. Many hoops have been jumped through. You know what? Shoot us an email. I want to know exactly how many people out there have been experiencing the same thing and see if there's some sort of pattern.
Well, like I said, we could probably put the links to all the streams that will be on the actual website page.
Yes.
And then if you have any doubts, you can just go there and check.
Yeah. And yeah, now that YouTube is actually handing out strikes for links in the descriptions of videos, pinned comments are going to become very useful. Quite ridiculous. K to the Swiss. Oh, Christ. Then you got these fucking guys. Thank you very much. Thor Najal with a $20 donation. Holy cow.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
YouTube, stop unsubbing me. These two have done more good than anyone in office ever has. Keep up the amazing work.
Well, I don't hold the purse strings for the country, so I just tell jokes and tell the truth and trying to keep people from blowing the back of their heads off.
Just think about how sad that is.
Yeah.
A couple of dudes can drink and talk shit and do more than a whole gallery of laughing, joking numbnuts up there on the hill. Come on.
Yeah, numbnuts is quite accurate description.
Inquisitor Jack, Kraken Rum has a Maryland special rum. Grabbed you guys a bottle. Nice.
You had me at rum.
Did you ever try the Old Bay I sent? It's that seasoning, right?
Actually, I have it in my... I have not used it for a crawdad boil or anything, but I do have it.
Should get some fish or shrimp or something, grill them up on the Barbie with that.
I think that's flavoring for a crawfish boil or something.
Oh, you can use it on whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
It's pretty good on most crustaceans.
Yeah, crustaceans are quite tasty.
Crustacean sensations ruling the nation. Glad I could catch you live. Work schedule conflict.
Yep.
It's nice to know people are working, though. I'm sure the OnlyFans bitches will be back behind the counter at Applebee's before you know it. Crazy uncle again. Hey, guys, why would someone willingly be contaminated by a cancer-created, coronary-causing, cojones-killing cocktail?
Well, number one. Well, we're on YouTube, so we really can't go into detail here.
It has to do with this this woman that I met once. Her name was Miss Information.
Yep. And there is an additive to the poke and smoke called graphene. Do a search for what that is and its effects on the human body, and that's all.
Or you can just continue to watch after we switch to new tech later.
If you don't, do what I told you.
Yeah.
That's all I can say about it right now.
That's all I have to say about that. So go. It turns out the only way to get the federal government to leave you alone is if you are an American trapped in Afghanistan.
Yeah, and we haven't even heard about like who's still left there or what's going on.
How dare you?
That was awesome. Phenomenal logic there, sir. The enlightened Mr. Peabody. Never forget 9/11. Forget Building 7. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm not forgetting anything.
Or as that one white guilt-laden professor tweeted out, I want to say he called 9/11 the America's pity party. Yearly pity party.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's how you get punched, dude. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oof. Cross stuff with a $5 donation. Thank you, sir. Cabragoon Cabulous. You guys are best watched on a big screen. Great entertainment. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Michael Davis with $9.99. Since you guys got the main channel back up, I haven't been notified about any episodes.
Shocker.
And that's why we're doing what we're going to be doing. Stay tuned. And Pujo with a $25 donation. Welcome back, good sir. From the Psych O and Officer Wardroom. Pop, think about the Skittles. Triggered. That's Starburst. Get the wrong candy, bro.
Well, there was a couple Skittle Super Bowl commercials that were banned because they were quite spicy.
Oh, I remember that. The one where, like the dude looked like Weird Al with a haircut, blew his rainbow load over a chick's face.
It was great.
I actually used that in an episode, and now of course it's age restricted. Elevate's like, "You ready for my sweetness? Oh yeah."
That shit was hilarious.
Taste the rainbow, bitches. So go again. Pennsylvania, the liquor shortages have started. Damn it.
That's why you got to make your own.
Yep. Wadley 225. Pop, when the shit hits the fan, do you think very many U.S. soldiers will say, F you, sir, I'm not shooting at my fellow Americans?
Yes.
As requested.
Yes. And you know what? It's going to be very weird.
Yeah.
When it finally kicks off.
To put it mildly.
Well, the thing is like during the first Civil War, when states were seceding, a lot of people, resigned in the Union Army and they went to go represent their states. So you're going to see I don't know if you're going to see a lot of that. You're going to see something similar. It's not going to be exactly the same because now this is going to be fought on a whole range of different battlefields. And by the time it goes to the two-way rifle range, it'll be fought. They'll be fighting for the hearts and minds. There'll be all kinds of propaganda. They're going to demonize people. I mean, and quite frankly, our channel, and especially me, is probably going to be labeled as, some hate guy or whatever. And all I do is tell the truth here,
Well, they're already moving to label patriots as terrorists.
Correct. So. That's not going to work out for them.
No. And over on MGTOW.tv, Dick Almighty with a $10 donation. Man, I'm over here at MGTOW.tv now. No more mother freaking lemons for y'all. I'm dropping real money. By the way, the lemons at CNN and DLive are worth $0.002. No more censorship and no more $2 Lamborghinis.
It's like a fifth of a penny.
Yeah. It's sad.
What are you going to do? We got lemons.
Yeah, we got lemons. Make lemonade. And then find somebody whose life has given them vodka and have a party. Big shout out to the 66 people over on Twitch, 134 people over on DLive, 91 on Odyssey, 600 on YouTube.
All right.
And over on MGTOW.tv, we got 48. Thank you all for coming.
Yeah, and I didn't get a chance to put it up all over Facebook because it is what it is.
I screwed up and didn't send you the links.
Yeah, it happens.
It happens. All right, are you ready for this one? We have to follow up on this. Everybody's talking about it.
Oh yeah, this dumb, stupid woman.
AOC's tax the rich dress designer Aurora James owes debt in multiple states. Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah, bummer.
This person allegedly, Aurora James owes over $100,000 in back taxes and employs sweatshop workers to create dresses like the one she's wearing.
Why is the IRS not knocking this woman's door down?
Because she's probably rich, and they don't really care.
Yeah, unless you're a minority movie star, and you do 5 years.
Yep. The company has racked up 3 open tax warrants in New York State for failing to withhold income taxes from employees' paychecks totaling $14,798. Oh, and then there's 6 federal liens on the cultural brokerage agency totaling $103,220.
See, that's another thing I don't agree with is forcing businesses to collect taxes for the government.
Yeah.
All right, it's the same thing like if you own a business and you get court orders to start taking child support out of somebody's check. Why the fuck do I need to get involved in that horse shit?
Yeah. Why not leave it up to the individual?
Like if I owned a business and I got some, nastygrams like that, and I would literally be like, listen, I'm not taking money out. If he's a grown ass man, if he wants to write a check to you, that's his business. I'm not included in this at all.
No.
Fuck off. This is just disgusting.
It really is. But that's the only way to guarantee they get their money. Everybody wants their cut.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, listen, if I own a business, I am not getting compensated for the time and the effort it takes to collect this motherfucker's money and then give it to the government. They're not paying me. I'm not getting compensated for that, so I'm not doing it.
Ugh.
That's just me, though. What do I know?
I mean, it's basically just it's like a blackmail scheme, essentially. They point the gun to your head. You do what we want, or we come and we send people in suits to raid your business. And then if that doesn't work, we'll send the SWAT team.
Yeah, unfortunately, those days will be coming to an end here shortly.
What was that whole thing about land of the free? I forget.
Home of the brave, yeah. Gotcha.
Sad. Too bad, so sad. But...
What?
I hate that guy.
Tax the rich? Sorry, AOC, but we already do. You want to see some good statistics right here? You're going to love this. In 2018, the most recent year for which data is available, the top 50% of earners made 88% of all income yet paid 97% of all individual income taxes, according to IRS data compiled by the Tax Foundation. So the bottom 50% of earners pay just 2.9% of the entire federal income tax burden.
Well, that would stop if they had a flat tax.
Yeah.
If you had just, instead of sales tax and all the crazy bullshit, you just have a flat tax and tax everything.
Yeah, and Democrats are never going to do that because that would mean taxing their donors, and that's not something they're really apt to do.
And you know what? I'm going to be honest. We are in we're basically in the situation we're in with all the corruption because of all of the tax money floating around. I mean, like we're taxing everything you do.
Yeah.
Everything. They tax your paycheck. They tax your what you buy. I mean, it's insane. They tax literally everything. And then all of this money, they're like, oh, look at all this money. I can do all this crazy shit with it.
Yeah.
And they're losing sight of the fact that it's not their fucking money. Not to mention, we have the military-industrial complex. We have trillions of dollars that go missing.
Yep.
Where the fuck is that money going? What are they doing with it?
Probably blowing up families in Afghanistan, if recent events are anything to take into account.
No. Listen what I have to say here. Yes. They're killing people. That's happening, but those weapons and stuff you can find that in the budget.
Yep.
There's a whole bunch of shit that goes into this black budget. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know where that money's going. I want to know what they're doing. If they're like, if they have a massage parlor for ETs underground somewhere, I want to see the video footage. Okay? Why? What's going on? What are they buying with that money?
I'd like to know.
I want to, like, if there's some kind of underground, super fast, subway that goes from the East Coast to the West Coast in 1 hour, I want to ride on that.
Yeah. But I have a feeling that's not it at all. It's really just, the proof is in the pudding. You've got civil servants with low six-figure salaries leaving office, almost nearly billionaires.
I am not going to say you're wrong. But I also did send you that snapshot of Fauci's base pay.
Over $400,000 a year to be wrong about everything.
Yeah, he's getting almost $500,000 a year.
Does he need a haircut?
He needs.
I know a barber shop that's hanging out some JFK haircuts.
Yeah, he needs the cranial canoe. Hypothetically, of course.
Turn his dome into a hard shell taco.
Cranial canoe.
Wah, wah.
He can go on a nice slow float to the promised land.
Yep, and if people like Cori Bush get their way, that's going to be happening for more and more of you. Super woke Ben & Jerry's releases Changes Brewing ice cream flavor in support of Cori Bush's $10 billion proposal to replace police with social workers in mental health and drug emergencies.
All right, first of all, if you are a conservative and you still buy Ben & Jerry ice cream, you might as well just hang up your Biden flag in the front of your house right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ben & Jerry's is a socialistic nightmare, and I don't even know why they're. All right, now if Popp ruled the world, this is what would happen. I would get the list of all of the corporations who donated money to BLM and Antifa and what have you. And then they would either get turned off, deregulated, or they would simply be taxed and treated like a foreign company, and they would be tariffed. Because if you want to go against the country that your business exists in, then guess what? You are no longer an American business.
And if you're donating to domestic terrorist organizations, you are an enemy of the state. Bye-bye.
That's right.
Kiss my ass. But what really cracks me up about stuff like this is, could you imagine this in practice? I mean, seriously, chick running down the street, blood streaming from a gaping wound on her forehead, getting chased by a maniac with a machete, and then a social worker comes up. Do you need a hug?
Yeah, that's not going to work out. All right, now, I'm going to be honest.
You don't know his truth. You should talk to him before you go running away screaming.
Okay, as a 1970s juvenile delinquent, I had a lot of interaction with 1970s-style policing, and a lot of it involved being bounced off the hood of a car while I emptied my pockets, and then I had a cop on each side yelling into both ears. Okay, they don't do that anymore.
Allegedly.
Okay, because they have to hire. They have to have the
body cam.
You got to have the fair hiring where they hire
sensitivity training.
Well, you got the sensitivity, and then the thing is when you have quota hiring, The best you're ever going to get out of that group is a C+ average.
Mediocre.
They're mediocre. And you're hiring all of these women. Listen, women are great at making sandwiches. They're great nurses. They are great nurturers. They even make pretty good teachers when they're not like going crazy. But when you're facing down a 6'2", 250-pound dude who's partially drunk and wants nothing better than to bounce his meat pumps off of your face a few times, the 130-pound chick is not your first option.
No.
Because great, tasers are awesome. Pistols work great. But guess what? If you hire a 210, 250-pound cop who knows how to throw some fists around and pick people up and body slam them, then guess what? You don't have to pull out the taser and the mace and the gun as much. No. But they don't hire those people.
No.
They could easily go down to, like for instance, in Detroit. Like I spent a decent amount of time at the Kronk. The boxing gym down there, it was kill a white guy every time I showed up to spar. But you walk in there, like, hey, did you finish high school? Yeah. You want to be a cop? Okay. Because guess what? He knows how to fight. He's in shape. He's not afraid of confrontation because he gets into a ring and punches dudes in the head either for fun or money.
But in today's political climate,
yes.
That's problematic.
Yeah, because he can't fill out the paperwork and do all the horse shit. All right, and then, don't even get me into the qualified immunity shit.
We could do a whole stream on qualified immunity.
Now, one of the main reasons we go on for 3 hours is I go on my goddamn tirade, so I need to stop.
Caught it.
But you get me all spun up, you bastard.
That's why I picked these articles, is because
fucking
people come here for 3 reasons. They come here to drink with us, to listen to banter. Well, 4 reasons. Laugh, and they want to see Popp get spun the hell up.
Watch the first sergeant go nuts.
Yes. They want to see the knife hand.
I mean, I can't tell you how many times I had officers do stupid shit, and I'd stand up and like, what are you doing, sir? You need not fuck yourself. Get in here. Shut the door like, hey, come on. Come on. You're supposed to lead everybody, and you're acting like an idiot, all right? Stop it. You're goddamn first lieutenant. You act like an E4.
So bottom line, Corey Bush.
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
There you go. And this next one is just really weird. Suicidal man, 25. Kills 61-year-old man after crashing through garage roof when he jumped from a New York City building.
What?
How far
did he fall?
A self-deletion turned into a homicide.
All right. Did he land and get up and kill a guy? Or
No. He landed on him as he fell through the roof of the dude's garage.
Well, he wanted to end his life, guess. Yeah.
I guess that's what they call up at the pearly gates, a 2-for-1 sale.
Did he kill both of them?
No, it was just one dude, 25, jumped off a building, fell through a 61-year-old dude's roof, landed on him. Both men were pronounced dead at the scene.
Well, somebody's got some explaining to do.
Amen to that. So this is the Cromwell Towers in Yonkers where he jumped.
Uh-huh.
Fell 12 stories onto the concrete parking garage roof below, striking 61-year-old male dead.
That'll do it.
That will do it.
Yeah, 100. That's 120 feet. La la la. Yeah, he's basically landing with 10,000 pounds worth of concussive force.
It's pretty nasty.
Yeah,
pretty
it
gnarly.
was probably a whole pile of soup. And eyeballs and guts.
And, of course, for confidential support, you can call the National Suicide Prevention Hotline, 1-800-273-8255.
Yeah, I got you. All they really do is...
we got to be nice about it.
Yeah, I got you. But, you can call a lot of those suicide hotlines. They're not really that helpful.
That's true. It really all depends.
Yeah, they'll send a cop to your house that wind up like putting you in cuffs and suffocating you in your front yard.
I bet they'll be as helpful as Corey Bush's social workers. Give me a hug, big guy.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Hello, Mr. Suicide Bomber. Would you like a cracker?
Please don't kill me. I'm just the counselor.
Don't break my clipboard. It's vintage.
That's so dumb.
Ballistic Zero over on MGTOW.tv with a donation. You were right, Top. Sent you some brain bits through the GB ways. Let's just say Fort Drum is not GI friendly no more, just like you predicted. ETS while you can, gents.
That's right.
This is not a career worth your life anymore.
Nope. No. And if you go to the Redonkulous, I have a whole list of attorneys that are fighting the mandatory, poke and smoke.
We're going to be getting into that later. We'll provide you, of course, with a list. May or may not be the same exact one. From what I understand, this list is being updated constantly.
It is. Every day it's being upgraded. The one I have on our site is from July 15th, right? Yeah. Mid-July.
So keep an eye on it. That's for sure. MGTOW K-Dubs with a couple of donations back-to-back. MAGA, make AOC go away. And a great Halloween joke. Why was the pumpkin pissed off?
I have no idea.
Because he had a hollow weenie. That's a dad joke there, brother.
Oh, I like it.
I like it too.
I like it.
Ballistic Zero. I had a specialist hand knife. I had a specialist hand knife. A battle buddy of mine. Glorious.
Yep. Hey, listen. There's been a few times when I was royally fucking up, and I had corporals in E4s like, "Hey, come here, Sergeant.
Oh.
You're being a turbo dick, and I don't know what's going on with you, but this is not you.
No.
So why don't we back a few paces up and start over?
Start over.
And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I'm off in the weeds.
Jumping over to YouTube, Inquisitor Jack. I recommend tossing chicken wings / breasts with cooking oil and throwing them in the oven with the Old Bay. DOD contractor employer is fighting jabs.
Well, actually,
band together.
You guys.
Even if your employer will not defend you, if you band together, they cannot fire all of you.
One of the main reasons the Democrats have been so successful at pushing their socialism is they group together and they act in large groups or as one, whereas the conservatives and the libertarians don't. We need to pick up their tactic and use it against them because that is how warfare is done.
Yes.
When your opponent has better tactics than you use his goddamn tactics against them. Sorry.
It's all good. I couldn't think of anything else that would make that work.
Well, that's just the way it works, man.
It is. Douglas Shannon. Hello from Syracuse, New York. Watching you guys as I canning my garden to save for the winter.
I just drove right through Syracuse a few weeks back.
Red Trash, New York?
Yeah, I went to go hang out with my buddy in Ilion and Herkimer.
Sportello.
I was out there for like 4 days. And in fact, I almost had like a horrific incident with a truck driver. And if I'd had my pistol, I'd have shot the guy.
Oh.
But I didn't. So.
Well, I'm glad you didn't.
Yeah.
That would have been bad. You would have had to explain a lot. There would have been a lot of paperwork.
Well, or you just drive away before nobody can say. Not just saying.
I'm not saying you should do it, but I understand.
No, but I was there. I'm not going to go into the story. I don't want to burn up all our time.
Aaron Williams. Okay, I'm pissed my father was forced to get the poke by VA. He's now in the VA hospital with the Kung flu. Shocker.
And you know what? You might want to start calling some attorneys to start suing for damages.
Yes.
Because
indemnity or not, indemnity can be revoked.
Well, I mean, I could tell you, back in the day, I had one of the many vaccinations I suffered or I had to get in the military. I did have one really, really bad reaction just one time, and I'm not tempting fate. I'm done.
Yeah. Amen to that. What do we got here? Michael Simmons, what rum, whiskey, and or bourbon would y'all recommend putting into brownies?
Oh, spiced rum.
Spiced rum.
Sailor Jerry spiced rum. Is
that
really
salted
good.
Caramel whiskey would go great in some chocolate brownies.
Yes. Or the Kraken.
Yes.
Can't go wrong with the Kraken.
Never. Surf Dirge, you saved me, Popp and Blake. Add it. How many now?
385.
Yes. Wow. That's too low.
And you know what?
Need
Like
more.
I only really been counting for like the past 4 years.
Well, no, gotta keep it up. That's why we do what we do. The enlightened Mr. Peabody. I can hear the single mom below me and her life falling apart. She is very red and angry with yellow teeth and a loud, shrieking, angry voice. Help.
It kind of sounds like my mother.
Kind of sounds like she did it to herself.
Yeah, that's another thing is these single mothers, when the Social Security runs out and things go south, they're screwed.
Yeah.
They better have if they're a single mother, because they don't have a man in their life, and it's going to be all on them. I haven't met one woman in her 40s who was a single mother who didn't absolutely hate the way their life turned out, because they have to do it all. They got to be the mother, the father. They got to pay the bills. They got to do everything. It's all on them.
Yep. And all that government money really only does so much.
Well, yeah, I guess.
You did it to yourself. Victory Lap Life. AOC owes me a debt for subjecting me to a view of her scrawny, but I consider it a flat tax.
She got a sass. Saggy ass.
I don't know. Her ass looked okay in that college video, but
it didn't look that saggy. Just saying.
It's just a shitty dress. John Grow won with a $25 donation. Holy cow.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
Popp, as a veteran, what do you think will happen when yourself and other veterans find themselves on the other side of the two-way rifle range from those currently enlisted in the military?
It'll be just like anything else.
Yep.
Well, number one, the only way that I will get directly involved in that is you got to fuck with me really hard, or shit's got to get really bad. I am not planning to engage in that stuff at all, other than film it, give my critiques, and that's about it. I hope we can get out of this before we get to that level.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, the United States Army has got all kinds of crazy good whiz-bang stuff. But, during the Vietnam War and during the Afghan conflict and the Iraq War, we had a real hard time controlling a bunch of dudes with 50-year-old rifles in flip-flops wearing dresses, man dresses. So what do you think is going to happen when you have 50 years worth of veterans who are no longer in the service, and you have a bunch of people in the military, which most of them, or probably at least half, are not going to be too eager to march on and engage American citizens.
Well, on top of that, too, you're talking about a military that has been deliberately weakened by ideologues.
Yeah, but that just began. And I have some feelers out for people who are in the service doing recruiting and retention, because I want to get my hands on the retention numbers, because that's a big tell of what's going to happen down the road.
Those will be telling.
Yep.
All right, Rusty Shackelford with a $30 donation. Should I play it again?
Yes. We're not worthy! We're not worthy! That never gets old, man.
Never gets old. If I ruled the world, every company that donated to BLM and Antifa would be fined for the cost of the damages. That's karma.
That's a good start.
I like it. M. Pujo, if I ruled the world, SERE school would be a requirement before scheduling a mental health appointment in the military.
What's SR? What?
SERE?
SEER school. Oh.
SEER school, yeah.
SEER school is not a joke, bro. Not a joke.
Can you explain what it is?
That is called survival, escape, resistance. Okay. Now, I got lucky, and like the SEER school I went to was an Air Force run SEER school, so it was nothing like the Army SEER school at Bragg. Oof. Because the story, well, okay. When I was in the queue, somebody got out of Sears School, got a 1022, and between class or during the class breaks, there's usually 3 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks between classes. One of the SEER instructors was ambushed and killed. He was shot like 30 some odd times with a 1022. He died. But they literally had to stop the school and revamp everything because they're like, wait a minute, this school is so fucked up. You literally have a student come back and kill a cadre. No. They had to make some changes because I mean that's there was a guy there called the Bearded Man, and that dude was an absolute fucking sadist. Just a raging asshole.
Wow.
I have no idea why they didn't kill his ass.
I got nothing. Oof. Almost up to 800 viewers on YouTube. Thank you all very much for tuning in.
Yeah!
Talbot links, YouTube won't let me put VA and counselor next to each other. What? I used to be an on-call off-book one for the VA and have opinions about the new plan. Lunacy. Wow.
Okay, now if they won't let you do the VA and counselor together, you can do, what I do is I do the VA, and then I add a couple extra like characters, and then you put the word in there. Because I spell ivermectin on Facebook and all the time, and I just spell IVER caps, then I put a dash, and then I spell lowercase MEC, a couple like, asterisks and stuff, and then I finish the rest of the word.
Gotcha.
You gotta outmaneuver them, man.
Cross stuff. They allow businesses to take an extra $50 per child support payment to make sure they get the money, at least in Kansas. That explains a lot.
Well, yeah. I'm gonna be honest.
Bribery.
Man. The whole child support thing is just bullshit.
Yes, it is. AFA Coors invoke the Communist Control Act.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Jeffrey Klopp, y'all still stream Thursdays? Haven't seen y'all the last 2 Thursdays. No, we flat out haven't had the time, and it's because of the format of the show. We talked about it, and we're going to go to an Ask Me Anything Thursday night so that we have a dedicated night for guests and call-ins, and it's going to be good stuff.
Yeah, and we'll put out a whole thing on information about it.
Yep.
And he's got to feed his family. He works. Man, this dude has got 1 foot and 2 asses and 1 hand in some rotten crotch somewhere. Just he's got like no time. I mean, that's just the way it is.
That's why I'm going to be teaching you to stream on your own.
He's literally like,
hope you don't fuck it up.
I mean, this is a busy motherfucker.
Somebody's going to gift that. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to get you going like this, and it's going to be more.
I've already done that a bunch of times.
Well, it never gets old, and that's why we have this.
No, I remember the first time when I first saw that, I walked into the room, and I saw that going on, and there was like, I froze for like 30 seconds because I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, is this real?
This can't be real.
Is this going on in front of me right here? No. Is this real? And it was.
It was.
It was crazy.
Total cocks.
I hope you didn't count. Inquisitor Jack, there are only 3 crimes when fighting commies: cowardice, treason, and showing mercy. If it comes to a fight, do not stop until the enemy is destroyed.
Or sedition.
Yes. Sogo, Part 1. They are deliberately purging the military. Part 2. Robots will obey any order.
That's correct.
Yes.
That's why, in my professional opinion, if you have a group out there, pull your money and get yourself an anti-material rifle.
Yeah.
Because,
do it.
Yeah. I mean, you're just going to need to have that.
Yeah. Corn Pop 2.0. Nice. So the Pres of Haiti gets smoked, and now there are thousands of Haitians crossing the border illegally. Coincidence?
I think not.
No, I think not, too. Also, 3-way with AOC and Saki.
I have to go, no.
No, I really can't.
I mean, listen, I'm old. My 3-way days, that's
how
not going to happen.
That's how you get a dick worm.
Yeah, I'm totally beyond that now.
That's how you get a petri dish of disease.
That's right.
Ugh. Talbot Links, Sear School. You get to raise, then eat a cute little bunny rabbit while out in the woods. Good times.
And then you get to eat it.
Yeah. Charles Wilson with a $10 donation. Have a drink on me, gentlemen, from a loyal listener and actual leftist. P.S. As a veteran, I can say I would refuse an order to fire on civilians.
Yeah, listen. Nobody wants to kill. Well, I personally don't want to kill anyone. I certainly don't want to injure innocent bystanders. But let's face it, in the real world where shit is moving around and there's a bazillion moving parts, shit happens, man.
Yep.
And I already have enough to answer for when I go stand before the man, so.
Understandable. Keith Harney, our photographer, with a donation. Sear teaches you the following: admit nothing, deny everything, demand proof, and make counter accusations.
Yeah.
Yep.
And to not stand out, look down at the ground, and rake the leaves, even if there are no leaves to be raked, so they don't hit you with a hose or slap you in the face.
Sounds like a good time.
No.
Archimedes, not sure if you heard, Canada has voted for communism and a she-covery leadership again. We can't get out either flying, requires people to be poked. Lovely.
Yeah, you know what? I mean,
if you actually believe what happened. I mean, it sounds like an ice cream social situation to me, but hey, you never know.
Well, when the two-way rifle range kicks off, when it's all said and done, Canada will be a member of the United States.
Shark Dentures over on Streamlabs. Got my T-shirt delivered. Wasn't the format I thought I ordered. Grunt Speak versus allegedly. My bad, but I like it, so I'm keeping it. Winning. Ascension! Blake, Old Bay goes good on any crustacean. Me. So that's what Speaker Nancy and Kamala Harris do in the bedroom. And that's why even the neighbors 2 counties over can smell it. The friction in that room would make boiled lobsters jealous.
Wow. That's
Dude, you are a disgusting motherfucker. I like you. Dynamite Stick. Always had this thought. How come we can't quarantine people with incurable STDs or send them to Exile Island? It would help reduce the spread and possibly extirpate the diseases, but only until a poke is made to help prevent the spread.
All right. Now, they used to do that with lepers.
The leper colonies.
Leper colonies, yeah.
It didn't really work.
And let me tell you, I mean, for you to actually be sent to a place because you have some weird disease, that thing's got to be 1, incurable, and 2, deadly.
Yeah. And it needs to be like deadly to the touch,
Yeah,
like you can spread herpes and encephalitis by touch. Fuck that shit.
Yeah. You're absolutely correct.
Seneca with a $10 donation. Thanks for all you guys do. Add me to the list of lives you've saved.
386.
Woohoo! That's 2 in one night. That's why we drink. Ascension! Not gonna lie, I want to try some female ETs if there's room enough. Docking at light speed, winning, maybe.
I don't know how that's gonna work out.
Shark Denture is extraterrestrial massage parlor and brings new meaning to the glowing finger thing. E.T. come home.
Yeah, we already have enough porn. Just bring in some ETs. There's so many porn channels that'll come from that.
They actually made, I think it was in the 80s, they made an ET Ornpay. And it's disturbing and disgusting.
Ugh. I never saw that. I don't want to see it.
The chick is the ET, and it's like a paper mache costume, and it's all gross and just.
I never saw that, nor do I want to.
I didn't watch it. I watched a review of it. That was enough. That was all I needed. It was disturbing.
I'm just telling you, as the evil hairless monkey, once the ET show up, it's just a matter of time before we start filming them getting plowed.
I mean, they already abduct us and put it in our butts, right?
Yeah. Next thing you know, you get abducted and you wind up on TV like, hey, that's me. Oh, my God. That actually fits? Yeah.
Really gives new meaning to that penis breath line from the actual movie. Dinosaur 13. The establishment is so desperate to maintain a narrative that Nicki Minaj making a tweet that suggests you should ask questions and decide for yourself about the poke, that they had the highest paid government employee who lied to Congress come out to do damage control. fucking hilarious. Did not expect based Nicki Minaj in the fall of the Republic, but I'll drink to that. Also, Popp's Project Veritas prophecy came true. They dropped the bombshell he predicted a month or so ago.
Which one was what?
The one you just sent me earlier today.
Oh, about people,
about the military and the stuff that we can't talk about on YouTube.
Yeah, not on this. I gotcha.
Thank you very much for the donations, Dynaside. Jimmy Bones, I can give Fauci a Mossberg mullet for free. Or a Browning buzz cut, a Benilli bowl cut, or any other haircut. Suggestions, chat?
Whew. Well, yeah, things happen.
You put some thought into that, my friend.
That was a good one.
Shark Dentures has never understood self-deletion by jumping. I have a mild fear of heights, mostly because I keep thinking, what if you changed your mind on the way down?
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah. Ascension! Blake to Pop, I hope you didn't count the dicks. Me, let's just say there's a 90% chance her face couldn't even be seen. Wow!
Wow, that was a good one.
Oh, it's been a really weird night. Oh, and it's time for the new and improved version of Hiding with Biden.
What is he doing? Come on, man.
You ain't black.
Joe Biden refuses to answer questions about the border crisis he created as his handlers shoo away reporters. This is like the same old movie on this channel every week now.
Yeah, they keep doing the same thing. They won't let him talk to anyone. They control what he says. They put him in front of a group just for the FaceTime to say, yeah, we have a president, and then they usher him off to play with marbles and eat jelly beans.
Well, you know, he's got to go lick his ice cream because that's the best way to keep a dementia patient occupied.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Because they sit there and they lick on it and they imagine it's a penis. Oh, look at this. They're even standing in front of the camera.
Yep.
Look at this. This is horrendous. And what's his name? Blinken, right? The guy who's they're going to be like their patsy for Afghanistan.
Uh-huh.
Guys, let's go. Thank you. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you. Come on,
Wow.
let's go.
He actually expects people to believe that the president speaks for himself.
Yeah, and you know what? I would love to get a press pass to be there because I'd get up like, sorry, installed Mr. President. This is Terrence Popp for Donklist.com.
You were selected.
Do you really know what the fuck you're doing?
Come on, man.
My butt's been wet.
My butt's been wiped.
You know what? Here's another thing we need to put out.
Oh, I put the thing down there.
I would like to talk to the people who are very amateur editors.
Yeah.
And I'd like you to put together a string of Joe Biden, all of his historic, stupid shit he says.
Racist stuff.
Yeah. I like to put that together in one big, long string and stick it right on the website so people can watch it.
F that.
Yeah. And then send it to everyone I know who's like a Democrat and a socialist.
Yeah. But, you know, it was the last guy. He was the problem because, you know, my mean tweets and my racisms and all that stuff. You know, when it comes to, like, the Biden administration, anything that they do that's purely, objectively evil, we just don't talk about it. Or you do this. Biden admin bans drones over Del Rio migrant camp after Fox News videos show thousands in outdoor detention camp. 20,000 migrants headed to Del Rio, and over 10,000 reported in the camp as of Thursday evening.
And guess what's going to happen? Every motherfucker out there who thinks like I do is going to take their drone and do it anyway.
Yep.
Because if you have 1,000 people flying drones, good luck in finding out. You'll get a few of them. You'll arrest a few, but you're not getting them all. You are not going to you're not going to be able to hide that.
No.
So if you live near there, bust out your drone and do your worst.
Yeah. But I'm gonna go full Picard here just for a second, if I may, because I've been wondering this myself, and I'm sure a lot of people have, but for some reason the media is not talking about it. Okay. Haiti is an island. How the fuck are they actually getting to Del Rio, Texas?
Well, Mexico, in fact, most of South America does not have a Navy or a Coast Guard. So,
but almost 20,000?
I know.
That's insane.
Well, listen, when I used to do counter-drug missions, there is zero security from basically the United States down to Antarctica.
Ugh.
You can do whatever the hell you want, land whoever you want, and just walk your ass over.
Ugh.
It's insane.
And for once, the Biden admin is actually doing its job in regards to, but for some reason, just for Haitians. DHS decides to fly thousands of Haitian invaders straight back to Haiti. Developing story.
Yeah, they need to send everyone back. I mean, we need to shut the hell down. This is insane. And I'm gonna make another prediction.
Go for it.
All right. Texas has a lot of people on the border. And from what I understand, Texas doesn't really know exactly how they're going to handle this crisis because it conflicts with what the federal government is putting out. But that border is on Texas. So guess what's going to happen down the road? You're going to see Texas put up barbed wire, obstacles, choke points, cameras. They're going to have chase crews out there. They're going to have their own drones. They're going to go to the nines to secure their border with Mexico.
I certainly hope so.
And down the road, when especially if the Mexicans decide they want to start shooting at us, it's going to turn into a, how shall we say, a blood fest.
Eesh.
Bummer.
Don't
come here.
Nah. And what's really odd is that what you are talking about is sort of happening.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're playing just the tip. Now, these next few photos, you are literally not going to see them anywhere else. These come to us directly from an insider down in Texas with either the troopers or the Rangers. I'm not going to say which.
Mm-hmm.
And it's real interesting. Right, what you see here is a huge line of state trooper vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
And here they are all lined up here. Now I'm going to show you a graph. It comes directly from a dash console computer in one of the trooper vehicles. Every single green arrow that you see here is a black and white stationed along the border.
Uh-huh.
It's real interesting. And what is the information that they're getting? It's real interesting. I love this. We just got this from our source earlier on today. This is just hilarious. You would think that with this type of show of numbers that they would actually be arriving in force to protect our border, right? The troopers have been told if they walk past them, they can't stop them. Only if they assault an officer will they be arrested. So basically, it's a show of force with no force. And yet they have these dudes working 14 days straight, 12-hour shifts.
Well, but that is going to change. That is just the initial policy.
Oh, I hope so.
But if they were smart, and I know Texans are, there's a reason why sheriffs have the ability to deputize people. Because back in the day, when you just had, 1 to 6 people on a department and something big happened, you went out and you deputized people for a posse or fire brigade or what have you.
Yeah.
So guess what's going to happen? If they were smart, they've deputized all of the veterans who show up there willing to put in the work. Go do your deal.
Yep. Instead... God, this fucking pisses me off. Instead, you have the FBI spreading deliberate misinformation about militias who are offering to show up on the scene and assist Texas state troopers. Mm-hmm. A gentleman who did not identify himself but stated he is with the Chapter 13 Oath Keepers, caller ID showed David Carrier, who received information that approximately 10,000 to 15,000 subjects were going to be making their way down to Del Rio, Texas from California to help with the border crisis that is currently happening. He stated these subjects are either ex-military or ex-law enforcement of some kind. He also stated that they will be armed and full of supplies and wanted to assist with the situation peacefully with the cooperation of law enforcement, or they will take the matter into their own hands if law enforcement does not wish to cooperate.
And you know what? You're going to start to see more of this if this is true.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, okay. I know there are a bunch of militias out there. I communicate not directly with them, but I know they watch my stuff. And this what we're seeing our government doing is not conducive to lowering the numbers of the people in the militias. It's only pushing people to them.
Yeah. And especially when you see stuff like this. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Just the tip.
And you know, and look, when we have when the hyperinflation starts and we can't pay our bills, those militias, they will be the law enforcement.
Yeah. The caller did advise that the chapter he is with, Chapter 13, has not yet decided if they would in fact be coming down. He did state, however, that there are militia groups that are en route to Del Rio that are not willing to help peacefully and plan on taking lives of immigrants that attempt to enter the U.S. illegally. He advised the name of one of the militias that does not plan on coming to help peacefully is the Black Bear Militia. This sounds like FBI propaganda to me.
I'm going to be honest here. After I've read a lot of the material on the whole Gretchen Whitmer fiasco thing,
yeah.
I really, I can't really believe this with, I can't believe it.
No.
I can't do it.
It's, I mean, you did see what happened at the other protests, right?
What, they arrested that cop? Well, they surrounded the cop and pull out his badge.
Oh, we're going to have to talk about that. But, yeah, it's a shit show and a half.
Shit show and a half.
But, I mean, as far as the Biden administration, as far as their handling of this whole border situation, Democrats hate them and Haitians hate them. Gee, I wonder why they want to deport Haitians and let everyone else come in.
Yep. Well, not the Cubans either.
No. Anyone who actually knows what it's like to live under a far-left regime, strangely enough, they're not welcome.
Correct.
It's kind of strange how that works, isn't it?
Yep. This whole thing is just disgusting.
Yes, it is, and that's why it is time for today's lump of vomit. Oh, you're...
Dad, I'm scared.
Jesus Christ.
I know that's your favorite. What's really funny about the... I forget exactly what they called this protest, but essentially it is... They were protesting people being held without bond, without trial, in solitary confinement 23 hours a day with bare minimum human contact. You're talking about gross human rights violations against people with minor charges, vandalism, trespassing.
Yep.
It's quite pathetic. And you know who was most upset? Potato Head Stelter.
Well, one of the main reasons they do that is to basically try to force these people to take a deal.
Yes, that's exactly what it's all about. But what really cracks me up about this is that they were hoping and praying for another winsurrection so that they would have something to distract people from the complete and utter bungling of Afghanistan, the border crisis. They were really praying for a distraction, and the mainstream media was so confused by an actually peaceful protest. They were beside themselves.
There wasn't even that many people there.
No.
Even though it was a dud, small crowd at Capitol protests was still the lead story on Sunday's WAPO front page. Why? Because as the story lead says, it was the most anticipated visit by right-wing activists to the nation's capital since a mob stormed the U.S. Capitol on 1/6.
Yeah, well.
So basically, Brian Stelter is upset that violence didn't break out and get people killed.
I can't stand that guy anyway.
Oh, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he is. He's a total sellout.
And the dude's younger than me, and he looks like he's 50.
How old is he?
He's in his, early 30s.
Wow.
Yeah, he looks like utter garbage.
That is one ugly mother effer.
He must have that soy introduced by suppository on the tip of all that corporate cock that goes up his ass.
Yeah.
Damn. Earlier at the Justice for J6 defendants rally, police surround a masked man reportedly armed with a firearm. He tells them where the gun is, and they pull out his badge. He's an undercover law enforcement. Without disarming or handcuffing him, police extract him from the event.
Because they blew his cover.
Yes. What really cracks me up, though, is did you see how all of these FBI agents were dressed?
Yeah, I saw it.
I swear that White House intern flamboyant fingernail gnarling bundle of sticks dressed them all.
Yep. Listen, it's
like
just stupid.
Golf shorts and
they
Ray-Bans.
I saw the fences they were putting up and all the horse shit.
Because that's how you prove that you're the most popular president ever.
Mm-hmm.
You have to defend your regime with military reinforcements and fences.
And you know what?
Which you claim don't work on the border.
Yeah. All of the red states need to actually pull all of their troops back.
Yeah.
If the federal government sends down, a order, hey, look, you need 600 National Guard people for this, and the governor of the red state can say, hey, go fuck yourself. I need those people here.
Out.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get them out of there. Screw them.
And guess what happens? We've already had 23 or 26 states say, they're going to resist the mandates.
Good.
All that other stuff. When that number gets up to like 36 or 38, and
Convention of States,
and those states don't send their National Guard, it's all going to be on the active duty or the blue states National Guard. And with a high op tempo, they're going to burn their people out.
Yep. What's even funnier about the protest thing is that if you just removed context from it, you would swear that people were getting together to protest like BLM political prisoners. But that's not what's happening.
No.
And if that was what was happening, heaven forbid we hold people responsible for over 36 murders and $2 billion worth of damages, the protest would be huge. They would erupt into violence. People would die, and the media would just sweep it under the rug. And just like they do with this, January 6th protesters speak out on beatings and torture being inflicted on them in jail.
Yeah. You know
Amazing.
What? That's not cool at all if that's happening.
Yep. Check this out here. This is a direct text from someone in the jail. Okay, Mom, could use a little good news today. We just found out they are locking us down for an entire week in retaliation for that Levin special on us last night. Something they had nothing to do with. No phone calls, no rec time, 5-minute shower, 24 hours in our cells. They are trying to silence us for getting the truth out.
Yeah, that's pretty much what's going to happen. And this is going to cause a huge amount of backlash, especially when some of these guys die, which is going to happen.
Yeah, because not everybody's going to want to take their deals.
No. They're going to have people kill themselves.
Yep.
Somebody will get beat to death. It's going to happen.
You remember when we used to be a free country?
Yep.
Son of a bitch. And remember when our military actually used to be full of people you could look up to?
Yeah, this guy's a piece of shit.
General Mark Milley held secret meetings behind Trump's back. And since this has not been denied, and we all know how much people love their weasel words, it's pretty safe to assume that it happened. The definition of treason is aiding and abetting, lending aid or comfort to a hostile enemy, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I know what the definition is, but I believe you have to be at war with a hostile nation.
I'm not sure
I mean,
about
this
that.
is somewhere between sedition and treason.
Either way, when you're talking about one of the Joint Chiefs of Staff,
but I mean, this is what we're not realizing here is you got General Milley, all right,
who should be wearing makeup.
And then you have the 3 stars, the 2 stars, the 1 stars. I'm going to be honest. Most of those generals need to get kicked the fuck out. Like, literally. By the time you make 1 star, you have enough time to retire.
Yeah.
All they got to do is just send out a blanket mandatory retirement order, and they're gone.
Yep.
They're out of the service and start over. Because, I'm not a fan of officers anyway. I think most of them are worthless fucks.
Oh, especially this guy.
Yeah.
Milley called a meeting in secret on January 8th because he was certain that Trump was going unhinged and there was election conspiracy theories. He told the military officials in charge of the National Military Command Center that they were not to take orders from anyone, including the commander-in-chief, unless he was involved. No matter what you are told, you do the procedure, you do the process, and I am part of that procedure. The authors claim he said before going around the room and having each officer affirm that they understood each other. Bottom line, this dude called China and said, look, I think Trump might want to use nuclear weapons to stay in power, which makes no fucking sense whatsoever. That is a surefire way to get removed from office by force. But don't worry, we're not going to let that happen. So essentially, he told China, you can do whatever you want. You can invade Taiwan. You can keep doing what you're doing with your forced labor camps. We're not going to do shit for at least the next few weeks.
Correct.
Treason.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they're a hostile foreign power. They hate us, and yet, for some reason, we're in bed with them because people are greedy, mindless fucks.
Absolutely correct.
It's pathetic. And, of course, Madam Speaker was involved. What did he say here? What I'm saying to you is that even if they couldn't stop him from an assault on the Capitol, who even knows what else he may do? And is there anybody in charge at the White House who was doing anything but kissing his fat butt all over this? You know he's crazy. He's been crazy for a long time. Milley responded by saying, Madam Speaker, I agree with you on everything. After the phone call with the Speaker, he decided to take action and told his top chiefs to watch everything all the time. He was overseeing the mobilization of America's national security state without the knowledge of the American people or the rest of the world.
Yep. I mean,
Woo!
I'm going to be honest. That attitude that he is showing, I have seen thousands of times in the officer corps.
He's a piece of shit.
All the way from second lieutenant to general. I have seen that type of that way of thinking for a long time. I mean, that's why when I got my 4-year degree and they said, hey, Sergeant Popp, why don't you drop your packet for a direct commission? Yeah. I looked at him, I said, you could fuck off. There's absolutely no way I'm participating in that butt-plugging, dick-sucking contest you guys got going on.
I don't want my soy by suppository.
No, I'm not stabbing anyone in the back or anything. Listen, if I got a problem with you, I will tell you to your face. Yeah. I mean, all of the people I engaged in administrative violence, I told them to their face exactly what I was going to do, and then I did it.
And I'm sure that they hated you just as much for that.
Yes, they did.
Yeah. All right, we're going to go through some super chats before we jump on over to new tech. So as we transition over to new tech, I will put links for everywhere you can watch the remainder of this stream. But first, oh no, I said but. I have to do it. But first, we're going to talk about some super chats here.
All right.
Sogo. The Haitians are bringing Hillary Clinton and the elites fresh adrenochrome across the border.
Does that shit actually exist?
I don't know, but it makes me want to watch Mad Max Fury Road. Nova Saline for you. $50 donation.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Have a bottle of Maker's Mark on me, gentlemen.
All right. Well, you don't have it here, but
that's what he sent the money for.
I'll go buy some.
Bruh. Thank you so much, good sir. We are not worthy. Crazy uncle. Just realize that getting one needle, you are getting shafted. That means 2 shafts, you get double donged. What is it with 3 or 4?
All right.
Total cocks.
Again, we can't go into detail about that here until after we move off of YouTube.
Yeah, what do you call it with 3 or 4? money grift. But of course, that's the same for all four.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how many you get. Albatross. Are the Haitians being turned back for the same reason as Cubans? Probably.
Could be.
Because anybody who actually has paid attention to Joe Biden's speeches during his tenure in government knows that he really don't like the black and brown people too much.
Yep. And he's a lying, plagiarizing idiot.
Not to mention racist.
Yep.
Irish Liver 7745. Claymore mines, gators, and various militia groups to protect the border. Yes.
Well, the thing with the Claymore mine is you got to have a person out there watching.
You're killing our buzz, man.
I'm just, I mean, I put in a bunch of Claymore mines.
Oh, my God.
I mean, you could literally just put in a bunch of triple strand concertina wire and then, put up some warning signs. And if they don't listen to this, then you put in your mines.
Yeah.
You know?
As long as it's not like Ron Swanson's Claymore mine. You know. Leslie gave it to him. He thought it was a real one, kept it on his desk in a place of honor. Then he accidentally pulled the string and confetti flew out of it. He's like, are you telling me that was... I feel so dirty.
That's a funny movie.
I like
a funny
shit.
show, yeah.
I think your favorite was when he went in and he was like, "I want to try some vegan bacon? Vegan bacon, sure." Throws it in the trash. "Can I have another?" Throws it in the trash. "What do you keep doing that for?" "I just want to make sure that nobody else actually eats this stuff."
Yeah!
M. Pujo. Unfortunately, most of the militias are infiltrated by the Fibbies.
For now.
Yeah, for now. They need to be held accountable. Yes, considering they're the ones who are actually directing most of the stuff that actually turns out to be illegal. That's called entrapment.
I mean, there are ways to find out who's doing what, but...
well, if they're all dressed like they were at the protest.
You're just going to have to, put together your vetting processes and stuff.
Golf shorts and Ray-Bans. Golf shorts and Ray-Bans. Yeah. Dungus Fun. I don't know about that. With a $10 donation. I don't want to know what you do in your home life. Hey, Pop and Blake, check out a guy on YouTube called Rucka Ali. He's a rapper. Funny as hell. Check him out. Crazy Uncle. Pop, what do you mean when hyperinflation starts? Shortages and shrinkflation is phase 1. Without government getting hands off, we get phase 2 by next year.
Oh, no, it's coming. It's coming.
Oh, it's coming all over your face.
Yeah.
Neck, back, and thighs.
It's a done deal, bro. It's going down.
Oh, I mean, I can show you the stats if you like.
No, I'm good.
No, I literally have them right here because I came prepared.
Ah.
Hang on.
You got the receipts?
I always have the receipts, bro.
Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go. Ah, there it is.
Yeah.
Bidenflation. Since August of 2020, gas has gone up 42.7%. Cost of energy, 25%. Fuel and oil, 33.2%. Used cars and trucks, 31.9%. Food, 3.7%. Clothing, 4.2%. Transportation services, 4.6%. And this is just the beginning.
Just the beginning. Yep.
What in the butt? Enlightened Mr. Peabody. All online media is written by AI. It sure reads like it. Cabragoon Cabulus. I remember when positions of power would resign out of respect for the office. Oh, wait! Respect is forgotten. They woke up.
Yeah.
Tony Soprano. I heard the Haitians love the Clintons. That was a joke, by the way. I think we got it. Oh, that's some good shit. We got some more over here on Streamlabs. Let's check it out here. I want to make sure that I'm not accidentally missing anything. Shark Dentures with a couple of chats here. Ironically, Biden used to be very articulate and well-spoken. Of course, anyone can be when engaged in plagiarism.
Absolutely correct.
It isn't usurping the authority of your commanding officer without proper authorization, or isn't usurping the authority of your commanding officer without authorization treason? Especially when it's aiding and abetting an enemy?
If you're aiding and abetting an enemy, yes. Listen.
And at that point in time, China was and still is under investigation for a particular level 4 biosafety lab and stuff like that. That's all matter of public record, but yet you still can't talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I've jumped the chain of command and I've done stuff in the past that needed to be done, and I got yelled at it for it quite extensively, but sometimes you just got to do it.
That's not usurping authority, though. That's just overstepping bounds.
Well, whenever I had to do it, something was radically effed up.
Yeah.
And I raised the concerns up, and they were just being ignored. And I did the 42 kazoo and went right around them.
Well, literally, what Millie was telling China is, "Don't worry.
Oh yeah,
I'm in charge.
Yeah,
And I'm not going to do anything, even if you nuke the planet."
Yeah, I mean, Trump. Like when Trump came in office, he should just fired everyone.
Damn right. Yeah, that whole drain the swamp thing. That's really great propaganda, but it doesn't. But that's all it is if you don't fucking do anything.
Yeah, he literally could have walked in there and just fired an assload of generals from across the board, got rid of the first 3 levels in all of the alphabet agencies.
They should all go.
And just like get out you're done. Just purge everyone and start over.
Yeah. Anyone with overlapping intelligence and duties needs to go. You only need one agency to do that.
That's absolutely correct.
But they don't care because guess who's paying for it?
That's where all that,
You and me.
That black budget trillions goes. I have no idea where that money's going.
Fuck them. Jimmy Bones, a couple more haircut ideas. A fall flat top from the chat, a Kalishnikov crew cut, an Armalite afro, also from the chat, Beretta balding, Carcano comb over, and more to come.
Carcano comb over. I like
you sick bastard.
that. Was a good one.
I love it.
Because the Carcano was the rifle used to take out JFK, allegedly.
Allegedly.
I like the Carcano comb over. I like that.
All right. 3 more chats over on MGTOW.tv. Ballistic Zero with a $25 donation. Well, retention says it's meeting mission. Unfortunately for them, it is part of my job to keep track of them. Their percentages went down while recruitment percentage went up within area recruit BNs. Which areas you mean? Not the traditional ones, and heavy bonuses if you need to naturalize. Shake my head.
Well, when they start pulling out $40,000 re-enlistment bonuses for 11 Bravos, the numbers are getting tight.
Oh, yeah. Tighter than a sorority girl or freshman year. We need Ascension on a stream one of these days. I want to hear some fucked up stories live. Once again, Ballistic Zero with a donation, and the last one as well. The first people I ever saw in the MGTOW groups was in order: Human, TFM, Barbarossa, Spetsnaz, and you guys. Add me to the count of lives saved.
387.
I'm donating out of the money I would have wasted if I'd married that bitch fund. Money well spent.
Yeah, baby.
Hell yeah.
You know how many guys I talk to that are married who sit there and say, I never should have done it?
Well, it is what it is.
80% of 80% of all of the dudes I know that have ever been married all say, I never should have done it.
It happens, unfortunately. But with that being said, it is time to adjourn to new tech. So I will start posting the links to where this stream can still be accessed in the chat, so you guys can follow us over there. We will see you in approximately.
What's our count right now?
Oh my goodness, you're always busting my balls. 806 with 696 likes.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully, we'll see all 806 of you on new tech shortly. In the meantime, listen to this brand new tune from the guy who wrote The Grunt, which is our countdown song and new theme for the show. Jeffrey Paul, he's just kick-ass.
Yeah.